Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I was originally just going to do the review, which is already up on the channel, and then just follow up with a showcase video of backgrounds and poses and fancy lighting and stuff, but I also want to include in this video a demonstration of the articulation of the figure, and while I'm at it I'll show you how I, futz with the hair using my little screwdriver. So I'll flatten all the hair down and then show you on camera how I get it looking the way it looks now. And yeah, there's going to be some photography spliced into the video and whatever else I can come up with. I just want to cover everything so you guys can know as much as possible about the piece, and I hope you enjoy it. So drop a like on the video for me, that's important. Subscribe if you haven't done already, and check me out on Instagram at DeanKnight333. Okay, so we'll go over the articulation now, and because of the nature of the way the legs are in the movie and the way that David Eason and R. Hart III, as he's put on the certificate there, R. Hart III is responsible for the double knee kind of extended leg situation that the Howling Werewolf has. I'm going to show you. You do need to have one of these this is the best kind of base to use really. This is a Hot Toys dynamic stand. You used to be able to get them separately, I don't know if you still can. Occasionally figures come with them, like the first version of Deadpool, the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool that Hot Toys made came with a nice dynamic stand, but this one is just one of the ones that you could get separately. But you will need to use something like that just because of the nature of how heavy the figure is. Now I believe David Eason does use a Firesin TV League body, like a silicone body with the metal skeleton inside, and yeah, so I'll just show you. I've got to be careful, but you've got some at the knee here, you've got some pretty decent articulation, and then at the more kind of human area for a knee, we've got the kind of articulation you would expect from a Firesin male silicone body with the metal skeleton inside, or the metal armature if you want to call it. But really good articulation in the legs. You can also get them to spread them out quite far. It's about as far as I want to go with that. Put them together, they stay together, so that's good. And just raise up the arms for a minute, we'll check out the torso articulation. So because of the TB League body, got great articulation. We can bend in about that much, bend back about that much, so pretty decent. So you can get him leaning in. You've got good articulation in the neck as well, we'll get to that. Turn, yep, you've got really good turn, as you can see there. Yep, so very good. You can kind of tilt it, do what you want. Really good articulation, and the way the fur has been done, I can't find any areas where it's kind of showing anything underneath the fur. It's so consistently applied to the body. It's really well done, and the arms raise up all the way, really, like that. Can go forwards and backwards, like so. Sorry, I'm not very good at articulation demonstrations. You got double bend. Yeah, you got double bend in the elbow. So loads of movement there, and the hands can turn and move around. So really good articulation, and got to be careful here. Obviously the head can turn, and it can look down, which I think I've already got it looking quite far down. Or you can get it looking up as well, so that's really good. Because of the nature of the design of these legs, you just can't get him to stand on his own. You might be able to just for, no, I wouldn't try it, I would not try that. Yeah, you're going to need to use a stand. There is no articulation in this part of the ankle area. That's all, let's see, I think all of this section here, from the tip of the nails on the foot, the toes, up to this knee area, that's all I think one sculpt. So yeah, definitely use a stand with the figure. You want to keep them safe and secure. The great thing about the dynamic stand setup that I've got here, you don't really even see it behind him. You don't see the clamp. You know, it just conceals really well. Obviously, the fur helps with that. So I would recommend getting yourself a Hot Toys dynamic stand if you're getting this piece. This is all from the Cool Models 1/6 scale werewolf, and I got the Howling sign on Etsy. And I got a skull that came with one of my TV League Vampirellas, just down there. Okay, so now I'm going to just demonstrate how I mess with the hair. It could be a toothpick. Toothpicks are fine. I haven't used one, but that's exactly the same principle. So when you first get the Howling Werewolf out of the box, he's going to have the hair, the fur is going to be quite flat to the body because of safe packaging while he's on his way to you. And we'll just basically just get the screwdriver and just lift the fur off the body a little bit, not too much, and areas where the hair should be kind of hanging, like if the arm's raised, gives it a nice sense of realism with the hair hanging. And make sure all the hairs under his chinny chin chin are out and flowing nicely. And maybe mess it up a little bit at the sides here, not too much, because when a dog, you picture like a wolf or an Alsatian or whatever, gets really angry, the hair raises up on the back of its neck, and so it kind of just makes them look even more feral and ready to attack. That's just what I use. David does provide a comb, which is really cool. Maybe that's for just combing out some knots when it arrives, but I think the knots are cool if there are any, just kind of little areas of hair that are a little bit knotted up. That's fine with me. Just adds to that nastiness that Eddie Quist, when he was in his werewolf form in that office scene, you can see the hair looks really nasty. So I like to keep any of those knots and just basically move them around with this. But yeah, I can't see, I'm looking at it from the side as I'm doing this. So you want to make sure you don't go too crazy, like bringing out too much volume at the side of the head. And that sort of thing. That's how I do it. That's how I get it done. And you can't even see, the clamp is, clasping on right back there. You can't even see it, and if you position the legs or turn it a certain way, you don't even see the pole at the back. And the way I'm looking at it right now, I can't see any of the pole or the bendable rod. Can't see it. He just looks like he's standing there on his own. It looks incredible. Yep. Get your pointy ears in full effect. It's always one of the scariest features of this particular, this werewolf movie's lycanthropes, is those really big pointy ears. There you go. Bring that out a little bit. Sorry for messing with your groin area, Eddie. Just trying to make you look fabulous. Not that that's too hard. Already looks fabulous. Is that too much? Looks like he's been electrocuted. I'm just giving you an idea of how I do it. This is not, exactly how I'm going to be putting him back on the shelf. I'm just giving you some tips. Yeah. So toothpicks work just fine when you first get the werewolf. I would keep something like that handy, because every time you do touch him to tweak the pose a little bit, you'll need to readjust the hair. It's just the nature of how it is, but it doesn't bother me one bit. I enjoy it. You can see the beautiful different tones of colour as well. I got him really brightly lit up at the moment. We got the velvet black curtain in the background, which I love. That's why I chose black velvet curtains, because for situations like this, if you just want to void of darkness around the figure. It works great. There's that strand of drool as well. But yeah, I can see light browns, greys, like a charcoal grey. Enjoy the rest of the video, folks. Just going to show you some close-up photography of different parts of the figure and some photography with backgrounds to give it a bit more atmosphere. And yeah, seriously consider getting yourself one of these pieces from David. I am seriously thinking about naming this my #1 piece in the collection now. Still got to think about it because there's some incredible stuff here that I love very much, but I've always wanted a Howling werewolf, and this is an absolutely amazing custom Eddie Quist 1/6 scale werewolf figure. So check out the review if you haven't watched that, and let me know what you think in the comments. Check out David on Instagram, check out me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye. give you a little height comparison between the custom werewolf from the Howling and some other figures. So here is the werewolf next to a Hot Toys City Hunter Predator 2 Predator. And got a bit of a height advantage with the werewolf because of the base setup, but regardless, the werewolf is much bigger than the Hot Toys Predator. Alright, and here is the custom werewolf next to the Hot Toys Let There Be Carnage Venom figure. It's much bigger than Venom too. It's a big werewolf. Put him next to a human character. We'll see the difference there. Again, the werewolf has a bit of a height advantage because of the base setup, but even so, he is much bigger than Venom. Gives you an idea of what you're in for when you order one of these werewolves. It's a very satisfying piece, very eye-catching. Anyone who comes around to see your collection is going to go straight to this. And here is the custom 1/6 scale Eddie Quist werewolf figure next to the Sly Stallone Shop Cobra 1/6 scale figure. Big difference here. I don't fancy your chances, Cobra. Not this time. And the last one, this is how the custom werewolf looks next to a 1/4 scale. So two different scales, 1/6 scale custom werewolf, 1/4 scale Hot Toys T800 endoskeleton, which is bigger than the werewolf, but they are completely different scales. But just to give you an idea, that's how they look side by side. Not much in it, a little bit.